take one man, one person, one dean, and by the students that are admitted, by the faculty that are hired, by the initiatives that are created, you build something really special. And it doesn't happen overnight. It happened over a period of decades. And the fact that it still continues is a testament to Howard Glickstein having had the right idea for the right institution. And we owe Howard a debt of gratitude for that.
Howard Glickstein is celebrating his 95th birthday this year, and there is much to celebrate. We know Howard as the dean with the longest tenure in Touro Law's history, impacting thousands of Touro Law graduates. But Howard's impact in the law began well before his days at Touro and extends even after his tenure as dean. Let's start at the beginning of Howard's legal career.
Well, I was fortunate to get a job interview when I was in my last year of law school. I was about to head off to the Army right after law school for 2 years. But I did get a job interview and they made an offer for what was then considered a very large firm, about 80 lawyers, and started out as a specialist in labor law, which I found very interesting, and it was actually very helpful to me when I started to do civil rights law. But 5 years at the law firm, it wasn't completely satisfying to me. And around that time, the civil rights movement heated up. And almost every day you would read in the newspaper about some sit-in at a lunch counter. Often the kids sitting in got beaten up. You read about the Freedom Rides, where the Freedom Riders, when they got to Montgomery and Birmingham, Alabama, were beaten up. And I said to myself, what can I do? I just felt that the system in our country was very unjust and very unfair. And the way black people were treated particularly was so contrary to what the basic principles on which our country was founded that I thought that somehow in my life I had to do something about it. And I thought that I could put my legal skills to work. And I applied to the Civil Rights Division in the Justice Department and went to work there in June of 1960. Not everybody is able to work at a job that's consistent with their own personal interests, but I felt very lucky to be able to work at a job that really I felt passionate about and very interested in. After 5 years at the Justice Department and 7 years at the Civil Rights Commission, I felt that most of what I could contribute as an active lawyer, I had already done. And I thought that maybe I had something to contribute to new lawyers, the students at law school. And that's what drew me to academia.
Howard was ready to move on and make a difference in a different way. He began his career in academia at Notre Dame as an adjunct professor and director of the Center for Civil Rights, then taking a position on the faculty at Howard University School of Law, where he also served as director of the Equal Employment Litigation Clinic. Following, he served as dean of Bridgeport School of Law, where he earned full ABA accreditation and AALS membership for the school. In a repeat performance, Howard joined Touro Law in 1986 as dean, again endeavoring to achieve ABA accreditation and AALS membership, while also increasing the visibility of the school and implementing a plan to incorporate public interest into the mission of the law school.
We had a lot to do even in Suffolk County, we had a lot to do to increase our reputation. And of course, the major goal was to get fully accredited by the American Bar Association. They did have a budding public interest fellowship program when I came here. And of course, that was something I was very interested in because I considered myself a public interest lawyer as well as a civil rights lawyer. And I thought we needed many more public interest lawyers. And so I thought that part of the mission of the law school should be to train people to be public interest lawyers, get them interested in it. And one of the ways we did that was with the Public Interest Fellowship.
One of Howard's crowning achievements as dean was relocating Touro Law Center from a refitted junior high school in Huntington to a state-of-the-art facility in central Islip, located across from both a federal and a state courthouse. The idea took years of hard work and fundraising to become a reality.
We thought of having a law school that was part of a law campus. It was very attractive to me.
Well, that's a big question about the impacts Howard's had on the law school, because they are many. But there's one that probably stands out more than any other, and that's the fact we're here in this beautiful building in central Islip on this campus. There were many, many reasons that this project was destined for failure. The list is numerous, but there's only one reason it succeeded. There's only one reason we're here today in this building, and that's because of Howard and his leadership, his willingness to take risk, his tenacity, quiet tenacity, but tenacity that led to us finally building this building.
I think moving to Central Islip was a good thing for Touro in two ways. One is it greatly enhanced our academic program, took it in a new direction. And secondly, it put us on the map. We were doing something that really no other law school in the country was doing.
This project started with a dream. And this building is a testament not only to his dream, but to his perseverance and to his resolve. This is a celebration of that this man has been waiting for a long time. Please join me in welcoming and thanking the Dean Emeritus of Touro Law School, Professor Howard Glickstein.
Welcome everyone. I hope you're all impressed with this magnificent building. Our challenge, though, is to fulfill its potential to the fullest.
For nearly 2 decades, Howard left an indelible mark on our law school. His visionary leadership fostered a rigorous and supportive academic environment, impacting the lives of countless students, faculty, and staff. Beyond his direct influence on students, his true legacy lies in the enduring programs and culture he established, including his commitment to public interest.
I was fortunate. I didn't have any serious disagreements with the president, and if I did, we could talk them out. And I thought I had decent relationships with the faculty. So those were the factors that kept me here for 18 and a half years, and I'm still here. So I do try to go to alumni events and keep track of what alumni are doing, and I see somebody has accomplished something noteworthy, I'll send them a note.
He knows everyone's name. He just knows what everyone's doing. He stays connected with them. He talks to the alumni. They talk to him. He goes to these bar meetings. He gets surrounded by all these graduates that feel so connected to him, and he feels connected too.
I am blessed with the opportunity to continue to maintain a relationship with Dean Glickstein. As a law student, I interned with Erase Racism. A few years afterwards, I was asked to serve on the board with Dean Glickstein. And it was the first opportunity that I had to see Dean Glickstein working for the people on the ground. And since that time, our relationship has developed. He has been there for me for all of my stages in my career.
Howard's legacy at Touro Law is not finished, and it's still being written. I think his legacy is that he has been able to take us as a educational institution from one page to the other and stay in the same paragraph.
I think one of the legacies that Howard leaves us is the importance of friendship. You know, he's like a loyal friend. You see the friendship Howard has within his profession, with the law school, with charities such as Erase Racism and others. He's been there, he's there for the long haul.
What is my legacy at Touro? I think that the notion of Touro as a family is really my legacy. Creating an atmosphere here that's a friendly atmosphere, and creating an atmosphere where the faculty, most part, enjoy each other and are kind to each other.
Howard's legacy is quite impressive, and he still has big dreams for Touro Law and for all of us as members of the Touro Law community. How could he not, after being dean for 18 and a half years and an active member of the Touro Law family for nearly 40 years?
I've had a long life, but 18 and a half years is a significant portion of my life that I dedicated to the law school. And I still feel very loyal to it, still feel very involved. And I hope the law school will continue to be a force in the community, an institution that has an important place in advancing the welfare of the community, as I think we are now. I hope it'll continue to be a place that gives people an opportunity to get a legal education that they might not have had elsewhere. And I hope it'll be a place that both the students and the faculty enjoy as a place to study and to work. And I think that's what it has been, and I hope it'll continue along that path.
With faculty and students and staff and the university and alumni was a genuine humanity of the way he treated people. And I think that just he exuded that loving spirit so well. That impressed me more than anything else.
I think it's a privilege that this law school can claim Howard Glickstein as part of its heritage.
Howard is truly a legend, and we are so proud to call him our own. So today we pause to say thank you, Howard, for all you have done, and we wish you a very happy birthday.
You really didn't have to do this, but I thank you for it.
Three words are difficult, but give me a second, because if I'm going to describe Howard Glickstein in 3 words, I want to pick those words so they echo through the halls of the future.
Kind, he is generous, and he is driven.
Gentleman, scholar, friend.
Is his integrity, his big, warm, and generous heart, and a risk taker as a leader. He never lived in fear of failure. He always found a way to succeed.
He is generous, he's sincere, and courageous.
Howard is an adventurous traveler, a gourmand, and very courageous.
Howard is innovative, passionate, and inclusive.
For all time. That's Howard Glickstein.